Howdy folks, Hillbilly here. Back with another little adventure this Memorial Day weekend. We actually got a bit of a special adventure this weekend. Originally Osha, I and Chris were going to be going down to North Carolina to knock out some mileage, but my man Osha over here is taking the plunge. We're sending him off for a 1,400 mile section hike. He's meeting up with, shut your door there real quick Tim, we got something behind you. Meeting up with the folks that we hiked with down in Georgia about a month ago. Crusher, Gunner, Cash Money, Robin Hood, and SpongeBob. I'm gonna hike the first 3 days with Osha here. Some miles I've already done. So I'm sort of familiar with the area. But yeah, we're gonna send him on his way. Very cool. Very envious of my dude Osha. How you feeling, man? You excited? Nervous? I'm sure, buddy. I'm excited and nervous for you. But anyway, we're just stopped here taking a little break on the ride up. We're gonna get up to the Blue Ridge Parkway and meet up with the crew. So we'll see you up there. Alright folks, just getting on a trail here off Taylor Mountain Overlook. Met up with the gang. Sat around, relaxed a little bit, drank some cold drinks and caught up a little bit. But Chris and I have now jumped back on trail and we're headed to I think we might end up just doing a short day today to Boblett's Gap Shelter. That's what they were thinking, so might just do that. They said something about a pancake breakfast in the morning close by, so maybe worth doing a short day today. Anyway, yeah, our man Osha's heading out for his big long ass section hike, 1,400 and some miles from here at Taylor Mountain all the way up to Katahdin in Maine. He's a good friend of mine and been my hiking partner for a couple years now, and it's really cool to see him set out on such a big journey. So Chris and I, we're all friends from back home. We came out here to see him off on his first 3 days. Yeah, anyway folks, glad to be back out here. The weather's nice right now. There may be some storms later, but we'll deal with that when it happens. See you down the trail. Alright folks, so we're just leaving the Boblett's Gap Shelter area where we had originally talked about stopping for the day, but that was only a little over 4 miles into the day and I'm just not ready to stop yet. I don't think Chris is either, so next shelter is another 5.7, so we're going to start heading to that one, see how we feel when we get there. There is no water at the next shelter, so we will have to carry some in, but no big deal. Going stoveless, so I don't need any water for cooking, so that'll cut down on that. But yeah, just had a little passing shower, which cooled things off for about 2 or 3 minutes. Might get another passing shower or two as the evening goes on. But anyway, yeah, carrying on past our initial spot, and we're headed to Cove Mountain Shelter. Alright folks, just crossed Blue Ridge Parkway again, and a nice young lady was there too. Get us with some trail magic. She actually was on her way out and saw us crossing the parkway there and stopped. So I didn't catch her name, but whoever you are, thank you very much. Nice little snack. I actually got a beer in my side pocket that I'm probably going to drink with these chicken wings. So nice. Anyway, here we go. I just got down here to Bear Wallow Gap a few minutes ago. It's our last water source for the day. We're heading up to Cove Mountain Shelter. There's no water source at that shelter, so we're gonna camel up here and carry it on up the hill. It's about 3.5 miles or so from here. But yeah, it's been a good day so far. Had a passing shower, cooled us off a little bit ago. I actually wouldn't mind having another one. But it's a beautiful day. Yeah, Osha and the rest of the crew are going to continue on and meet us at this next shelter. And tomorrow morning, sounds like we're going to head up to Peaks of Otter on the Blue Ridge Parkway for a big breakfast. So looking forward to that. Anyway, let's keep on going. All right, just crossing the road here at Bear Wallow Gap, and we got some more trail magic again. That's number 3 for the day. I think I'll actually take one of these with me. Trail magic. Oh yeah. All right, just set up here at Cove Mountain Shelter. Been here for a little while, hanging out. Had another passing shower. But here's our home for the evening. Got the family back. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Which one was really good? The one that Kaylee got was really good. Had their song right outside the shelf. Oh, I have really good news.
Alright, just bedding down here for the night at Cove Mountain Shelter. Had a good day. Did about 10.6. Started at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Did about 10.6. Got here, a couple brief rain showers along the way. It was actually pretty nice. But we're hanging out here for the night. We've got a pancake breakfast in the morning. I'll tell you more about that in the morning. Actually, the crew arranged and we're recipients of some pretty awesome trail magic earlier today. So I'll tell you more about that in the morning when we're heading that way. But it's another good day. I think we're supposed to get a little bit of rainstorms tonight. But no big deal. We'll just sleep through it, hopefully. Anyway, folks, we'll see you in the morning.
Went through that again this week and read the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking for like some audiobooks and shit to download to bring out here. But just couldn't find nothing interesting.
Morning, folks. Just leaving Cove Mountain Shelter. I had a good night's sleep, except for Chris's incessant snoring this morning. That's why I think we're going to go ahead and start calling him Two-Stroke. But yeah, just checking out this view over the town of Buchanan. Not sure how you say it. But this morning we're going to head out and get a pancake breakfast, man. The rest of the gang ran into some pretty incredible trail magic yesterday. A fellow was willing to donate his van keys for the day for us all to pile in his van, go get some breakfast, hang out, and then come back to trail later. So it's pretty incredible, man. People out here are really, really awesome. But I think we got a shorter day planned today, something like 10 miles. It's going to be pretty hot. And we're going to spend most of the day probably just hanging out and eating. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be nice, so let's get going. Just hanging out here at Jennings Creek. Taking a good long swim break before we head out for breakfast this morning. Real nice spot. When's the last time you drove an automobile, Crusher?
It's gotta have been 2 months ago.
Still feel normal?
It's kind of like putting on a different pair of underwear. A little uncomfortable at first, but you get used to it. Have some trouble keeping it between the lines, but if you see me hike, I also have issues there as well, so it's true to course.
Good shit.
Pretty narrow roads, though.
It's a big vehicle.
Yeah.
Yummy, yummy. Was that round 7?
Walking around lifting 7 settle a little bit, and I'll be back for my omelet.
I'm gonna find somewhere to take a nap.
You took a nap on the way here, didn't you?
Kind of. It was a little while, yeah. Robin Hood is like a Street Fighter version.
All right, just getting back down here to Jennings Creek. Just got back from Peaks of Otter Lodge, where we had a really good brunch. Sat around in the grass and relaxed for a little while. Took a nice long midday break. We got about 6.9 miles from here to get to a campsite we got picked out. So not very far at all. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Still plenty of daylight. But there's definitely some good climbing coming up, unfortunately. Couple pretty good ones. But got my belly nice and full. I'm feeling good and relaxed. And I'm ready to start doing some walking finally. So without further ado, let's do some miles today.
About goddamn finally.
Hey, darling. Healthy looking. Alright, I ain't here to bother you. Have a good one. Alright folks, just left Brian's Ridge shelter. It's a really nice shelter, triple decker. Very nice, just stopped there to get some cold water. Still working on this climb up out of Jennings Creek. It's actually a pretty long climb. We're not going to be doing it all today. But it's from Jennings Creek up to the top of Apple Orchard Mountain is a pretty good ascent. I want to say something like 3,000 feet. But anyway, yeah, we're still working our way up. Like I said, just took a nice little break. It's kind of been the theme of the day is nice breaks, which is cool. That's definitely not something I'm used to. I'm used to kind of go, go, go. I never like to sit still for too long, but you know, today we took a nice 4-hour or so break off trail to go get some brunch. And like I said, we had that amazing trail angel. I wish I had his name, but that let us borrow his van to go do some running around, to go to Peaks of Otter Lodge, and ran to the gas station and grabbed a little bit of beer for tonight, and filled up his gas tank while we were out. So whatever your name is, man, bless your heart. You are the epitome of a trail angel. But yeah, right now I'm still trying to catch up with Chris, or as we like to affectionately call him now, Two-Stroke. He opted out of brunch today and decided to just go ahead and chug along up this mountain here. So it is a good climb. So I think he just left the shelter about an hour ago, from what the girls down there were telling me. So I probably won't be too much long before I catch him. Met some more really cool people at the shelter down there. It's actually these two young ladies that we ran into when we first dropped the car off. We gave them some cold Gatorades out of our cooler. And then here we are, lo and behold, a couple days later, and we ran into them again. Let's see. Yeah, AT goes this way. Anyway, it's it's like something after 4 o'clock right now. I think we have 3-ish miles. I actually haven't checked yet, but something like 3 miles left to get to the tent site in spring that we're all headed to tonight. So onward and upward. All right, folks, just getting here to Cornelius Creek Shelter. It's about 7 o'clock. Nobody else here at all. We had to push past the tent site we intended on camping at because it was already full. Sat there and chatted with a group of thru hikers for about 20 minutes or so while I ate a final snack and did another 1.8 to here. So here we are. I know Chris is headed here. He was just not too far behind me, and I think the rest of the crew is going to make it here too. I hope so. But we'll find out here shortly. But anyway, yeah, it's been a great day. Very interesting day. It's definitely different than I think any other day I've ever spent on trail. Ended up doing 12 point something a day, which is, I guess it's a respectable day. It was all climbing. Did about 3,000 feet of climbing a day. But, you know, we also spent 4 hours off trail getting food and whatnot. So to get back on trail and to do whatever it was, 10 miles or 9 miles after 3 was pretty cool. I feel good about it. Anyway, folks, yeah, I'm going to sit here and wait and see who else shows up. And we've only got like 2.5 miles to the car tomorrow. So very, very easy out in the morning. So I'm going to enjoy these last few hours I get with my buddy OSHA. I'm really, really excited for him. He's doing what I always wanted to do, and I'm very envious of him, no doubt about it. But, you know, he's in a point in his life where through hike just really makes sense for him. And I'm not. So when my time comes, it comes. In the meantime, I'm gonna do whatever I can for my buddy OSHA to get his ass up to Katahdin, and I'm real proud of him. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and set up camp and start relaxing for the evening. See y'all later.
The other day, there was a dead tree in our campground, and Robin Hood walks up to it, and he goes, "Hey, film me just from the top up. And if I push this over, it'll look like I'm really strong." He fucking did it. It was amazing. Oh yeah, progress.
I'm going and changing and showering down by the water spigot. So.
Whose will is stronger, Crusher or the branch?
Just kidding. Not gonna do that. Love you though.
Not how I wanted this to go.
You need Zorro here.
I know.
You could throw him up there.
They're double boost technology.
Oh no, Crusher has his ruck bag and tree. What will he do?
We camped with a dude in Pennsylvania who had this same predicament. And it took him a while. It took him all evening. He couldn't get it. But in morning time, after about 15, 20 minutes, he finally got it. Yeah.
Would you like help pulling it?
Nah.
Cool. Love you, buddy.
Alright, folks, sitting here at the end of the day, laying down in the tent. Oh, it was a really good day today. Like I said, a very different day on trail. It was very enjoyable. Ended up doing some pretty good mileage, but still had a good time today. Doing a lot of relaxing and hanging out. We went down there, hung out at the shelter for a while this evening, and shot the breeze for a little bit, ate some dinner, and I think they're going to get up a little earlier than I, that being the crew and OSHA, because they've got a big day planned ahead for them tomorrow, carrying on their through hike. Chris and I will be on about 2.5 miles tomorrow just to get back to our car and head back home. So, like I say, they're probably going to get up earlier than us and start on their long day. Chris and I might sleep in a little bit. But anyway, really, really cool to get back out here and see everybody that we hiked with down in Georgia. It's also really cool to be able to come out and see OSHA on his way out. So, anyway, folks, I'm going to quit running my mouth and lay down and get some sleep. We'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, folks. Just leaving Cornelius Creek Shelter this morning. Had an okay night's sleep last night, kind of off and on. Rained pretty heavy off and on last night, so that kept waking me up. But I do enjoy being in a tent in the rain. Certain charm about it. But yeah, anyway, we're heading out this morning. We're getting a little bit of a later start than the rest of the crew. They've got a big mileage day ahead of them. And not seeing if Chris was behind me yet. But anyway, yeah, they got a big mileage day ahead of them, so they got a good early start. As soon as the rain quit this morning, they headed out. So really, really cool to get to see everybody again. And I'll plan to come back out here this coming Friday to meet up with the crew again, and I'd like to see them a few times while they're up in my neck of the woods here. But anyway, Chris and I have got a real simple 2.5 miles out this morning. Back to the car and head on back home to the families. It's been a great hike. Really enjoyed myself. Definitely, you know, I say I've done this section before, so I didn't really come out here for the miles and to push too hard. So ended up doing just, I think, a 10.5 and a 12, and today's 2.5, so nothing crazy. Anyway, folks, we're heading on out of here. We got, I think, a decent view before we get to the end, and I'll probably touch base with y'all there. See the fog pouring through the sun rays. It's quite beautiful. Walking up here to Sunset Field on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Just came up this Blue Blaze Trail, about 3/10 of a mile Blue Blaze Trail up from the AT to get to what is hopefully, yes, Chris's car sitting up here, and we're all done. I've been to this spot here, I guess this would be my 3rd time. I started 2 different hikes here in the past, one going north, one going south, and here I am, here I am again. It's quite a nice spot. I'll show you the view behind me here. It's been a gorgeous morning so far. Yeah, yesterday was pretty hot, pretty tough, but this morning's been nice and cool and breezy. I think all the heavy rains and everything that came through last night kind of cooled everything down, so it's super nice out today. But yeah, we're here, we're done. It's been a great adventure. Glad I got to come out and see the trail family. Got to see Osha off on his way for the rest of his big journey. And I also got to bring Chris out for another good hike. So it's been a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Appreciate you guys tuning in again, and we'll have some more hikes coming up soon. Dolly Sod's here coming up, and I'm sure we'll be getting into some other things too. But anyway, folks, this is Hillbilly signing out. See y'all later.